What are some of the low-hanging fruits for your VA disability claim?
Whiskey 9 Yankee 7 November Golf, over.
Videos like this really make me mad, and I know you've seen them with the crazy titles and crazy thumbnails because they're all baloney. There is no such thing as low-hanging fruit or the easiest VA disability claim, and I'll tell you why. Every single claim needs the big three for it to be approved. If you don't have these, all of them, it will be denied. The first one's going to be the in-service event, the second one's a current diagnosis, and the third one is the Nexus, not to be confused with the Nexus letter. We're gonna break these down so you understand what each of these mean. An in-service event just means something happened in service that led to this condition. The evidence for that could look like complaints in your service treatment records or a diagnosis in your service treatment records. It could be PDHAs or PHAs, which is pre or post-deployment health assessments. An event that occurred that led to this diagnosis, and statements are going to come in clutch here, and then a deployment or a DD-214. Bottom line is something happened in service that led to this condition. What is that something? The second one is a current diagnosis, and current meaning within 1 year. So if you were diagnosed 10, 15 years ago, you're going to have to get a current diagnosis. You can go through VA healthcare, through your primary care, or if you were referred to a specialist. You can go through private insurance if that's the route you want to take. Regardless, you're going to have a current diagnosis for whatever condition it is you want to claim. Can CMP examiners give you a diagnosis? Yes, they will, but I would highly not recommend that because evidence is going to be king in your claim. And lastly here, which is the most important, is the Nexus, which just means linking one thing to another. In this case, it's your current diagnosis to your military service. And no, I'm not saying you have to submit a Nexus letter with your claim, but we'll get to that point. CNP examiners will give a Nexus statement during your exam, and the VA will heavily rely on whatever that CNP examiner says. Now that begs the question, what if my CNP examiner sucks? And to be honest with you, that's often the case. The only time I would recommend an independent medical opinion in a DBQ is if you meet these two criteria. 1, you've been denied, and 2, you have the evidence to support a Nexus. Now listen to me very closely here. I don't care what company you go through. If you don't have the evidence, it's impossible to make a Nexus. The weird thing is when a provider will still charge you to write a Nexus, although they know you don't have the evidence, and that's when you lose your claim as a result of not having evidence. If you don't know what to do, send me an email, you'll find it in the description, and I'll help you walk through that thought process and help you with your claim absolutely free. If you have been denied and you have the evidence and you're looking for a musculoskeletal condition Nexus letter provider, I would highly recommend Quality Health, and I'm going to have that information in the pinned comment section. If you have a veteran-owned business and you want me to give you a shout out for free, just let me know. Today's veteran-owned business is Green Wolf Tactical. This veteran is 100% served in the Marine Corps and was a part of the battle for Sangin, which was pretty freaking gnarly. I've ordered some CivDiv hats and shirts that I'm super excited for, and I'll show you exactly what they look like once they get here.